What is going on? Mr. Crazy 1870 with the full review of the iPad mini. Now I'm going to go ahead and kick this video off with the design of the iPad. Starting off at the bottom, you'll find the lightning connector and the speaker on the side, volume rockers up and down. You got the silence switch. At the top, you'll find the headphone jack, mic, and sleep and wake button. Looking at the back plate, it has the same design as the iPod Touch and the iPhone 5, which I really do like. The mini is 23% thinner and 53% lighter than the current iPad, so it's a real pleasure to sit back in the couch and browse the web, considering the thin and light form factor. The rear camera is a 5 megapixel shooter with an f2.4 lens. Now, I was really happy with the image quality. Now, don't get it twisted, it's not going to be as good as the iPhone 5s, but nonetheless, you are going to get some good photos, especially if you have good lighting. It also shoots in full HD 1080p video. Once again, HD video was good, colors look accurate and clear. Now, I wouldn't say it's the best camera on a tablet, but the camera is going to do a real good job whenever you need to catch a special moment. On the front side, you find a 1.2 megapixel camera that shoots in 720p. It also has face detection, which is nothing new. Now, video was decent. It's going to work great for FaceTime calls. You also have the 7.9-inch LED backlit multi-touch display with the res of 1024 by 768, which is my biggest freaking complaint. Now, I'm sorry, but if you're coming from a Retina MacBook Pro or a Retina iPad, you're gonna find the display unattractive. I sure do, and if you're coming from the iPad 2, then it might not be that big of a deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, colors are vibrant and the blacks are deep. Videos, games, photos are gonna look great. But again, if you're not used to the Retina display, then the lower res shouldn't really bother you. Personally, for me, I think that the pixels, keeping it real, the pixels are noticeable, especially when you're viewing email. And for me, that is super distracting. Under the hood, the iPad mini is sporting a A5 dual-core processor and half a gigabyte of RAM, so performance wasn't really an issue. It handles games and multitasking well, and I didn't notice any kind of lag. I was really happy with the battery life. You're gonna get about 10 hours or more depending on how heavy you use the iPad. So after using the iPad mini on a daily basis for about 9 days, it's really nice to carry around. You can throw it in your pocket, take it with you to the toilet. No, I'm just kidding. The smaller size just really makes it convenient to pretty much take it everywhere you go. And it's also really comfortable to hold. But all in all, for me, the screen resolution just really bothers me. Now, if you could wait for the next gen iPad mini, that would be a really smart move. But if you can't, just keep in mind that you might be a little disappointed with the res of the screen. So that's my full and honest opinion of the iPad mini. Best believe that the next gen iPad will be the one to get, and that's the one I'm looking forward to. Now, this will set you back $329, of course, plus tax for a 16 gigabyte. You could also go all out with a 64 gigabyte for about $529. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and shoot me your thoughts on the iPad mini. I'm curious to know what you guys think.